Is it live or is it video on demand? Well, what I try to do is film this video direct, one shot, one take, one kill, and finish the video. Now, lately, I've been using an editor. So you're going to hear some bells and whistles, and you're going to see some content changes, right? All of a sudden, I'll be speaking about two people, and you'll see two people before the screen. So we'll see where that goes. It's been very popular lately. How do I arrive at these topics? Well, I write a monthly article in a newspaper. I write a weekly newsletter and blog posts. So I'm always on the lookout for content, and I take information that I learn, people that I deal with, and I also field questions. Question posed to me today was, can I make a trust for my child? That question came with very little context. It was by email, and so it's a great question. Thank you for your question. Now, I don't know much about it, so let me talk about it and attack it in a few different ways. Well, a child, a minor, anyone under the age of 18 is a minor, is a child, a 4-month-old, a 2-month-old, a toddler, a 16-year-old. All children. Children are under an incapacity. A child cannot enter into a contract, so a child cannot create a trust. Now, is this a child with special needs? Would the parents be preparing a special needs trust for the benefit of this child? Could be, and that's definitely an entire category of trusts. Special needs, so that a child can have an impaired child with developmental delays. A child in such a position can have assets inside of the trust for the benefit of the child, and while permitting the parents to obtain government benefits. A different type of trust would be a trust for a parent that creates a trust and has their child as the beneficiary of the trust. Coincidentally, I spoke with a client today that I'm preparing a trust for her, and she has 3 children, and one of the children is 16 years old. So we were figuring out, I don't figure anything out. I present information and I allow the client to take what I give them, and they figure it out with my help. This given client would like the assets ultimately to be split in 3 ways. A, B, and C will get 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. One of the children is a minor, and the share for that minor child will be held in trust until a later point. So in a way, that's really how I would think about the question that was posed to me today, because it didn't get presented in a way that I understood the person was the child with special needs. So if it's a child that has no special needs, and you just want to preserve and protect the assets for the benefit of the child, well then you do it inside of a parent's trust, and you leave proceeds, distribution to that child inside of a trust, and they could secure that at the age of, they could obtain it at the age of 25 or 35 or whatever's good for your situation, right? That's what dictates the way we provide solutions. What do you want? What do you need? When do you need it? We figure it all out. We figure it all out together. I had a consult yesterday with an adult woman that was discussing the situation of her parent. And I'll tell you, it was her father. And she let me know that he's deeply concerned, that he wants a plan. He's a homeowner. He has some assets, and he'd like a plan. He's a gentleman in his 80s and has multiple children. And this was one representative of the family that attended a webinar I gave and wanted to ask me some additional questions. So I said, sure, I'll give you any information that you need, and we could speak about the issues, and then set an appointment for her dad. He'll come in and we'll further discuss. A lot of adult children would like to set up a plan for their parents, and I could go a little bit and definitely provide all of the information to the family, but I need to know that the person that will be my client has the capacity, has the ability to make a plan, knows what they want to do, and is not unduly influenced. And one of the reasons that this parent was concerned, at least that was related to me, is because one of this person's siblings passed away under 40 years old. When you pass away at such a young age, unexpectedly, it makes you reconsider and consider, if you've never done it before, your life, your circumstances, what needs to be done, and how you set up the right plan, or any plan at all, for your family. Now, this person under 40, I was advised, had no plan, had some assets, and the family had to go through an administration proceeding. So that's why I say everyone needs a plan. Even if you have a basic will, upon my passing, I'll leave everything to my spouse, if that's the case. Or, listen, I'll even give you this concession. With a spouse, it's easier. It's not easy. But if you're unmarried with no children, it becomes more difficult if you have no plan. You have to figure out where whatever you have goes. At least if you have a spouse, there's an identifiable person, and you're putting that person through a lot of grief, but it is easy. But a plan, a will. I'd like my house to go here. I'd like my bank account to go there. My pension. Some of these things have beneficiary designations, but some do not. You might be involved with a partner or a significant other, and you're not married, and your beneficiary designation says a parent. Maybe you really would have wanted that. So it at least involves a conversation. Where does the 401k go? Where does the IRA go? Where does the bank account go? Where does that, right? Let's figure it out. Slow, methodical process. Just make the inquiry. Then we figure it all out. We dot our I's and cross our T's. And so in speaking about the plan for the father, it was informed by the death of a child. We want to put something into place, plan when you can, so that when the time comes, if it ever comes, we all pass away at some time, whether it's tragically and unexpectedly, or at the end of a long life. Set it up while you have the ability to set up a plan, not banging on the table, not making it more dire or terrible than it is, but it really is an imposition on your family if you pass away without a plan. Put something in place, put some thought into it, and we'll make a plan. Take a look at the website, frankbrunolaw.com.